2026, is that right?
It is.
June 1st.
How did that happen?
The 2026 is what gets me.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember we're worried that when we hit 2000, all the computers were going to break.
No, that was never an
Remember
issue.
that whole thing?
I always laugh.
Things would kick off and all the missiles would go off and the rockets red glare. These things were only built.
Well,
with
it
so
helps.
many
It
columns.
sold advertising time for the news media, like everything else.
How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a good long while.
you know,
You've been in the field. I'm reaching out for a hello.
Yeah. No, it's been.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason. This is Scott.
Oh, yeah, we're at the
Bushnell.
neutral zone.
We're on KAKU 88.5 FM. And right now you can find us on Maui Stream and Akaku, Maui Community Media Channel 55. But after this, you go to MauiNeutralZone.com, and there you'll see this show and all our shows. We've got over 600 shows now. They all have transcripts and summaries, and they also have a search engine there. So if you put in Scott Bushnell, every time we said Scott Bushnell,
Bam, bam,
but
bam.
also, every time you're on the show, or we could say affordable housing, we could say Republicrat, Green Party, Tom Cook. Anyway, you name it. To me, that's the real power of what we have, is a community of voices for the last 30 years.
It has been.
And yes, the voice has been around me, but we've talked about lots of things, good, bad. I don't think anything was indifferent, but anything but neutral.
Anything but neutral. Yeah, and the
Anything
voices
like
have always been in your head, but we haven't gone there yet.
My head is hard to get into. That's not true. I worked diligently, and I've built. If you go to MauiNeutralZone.com, you will see. Can you imagine how much work it's taken to be able to get a transcript of all the shows and have them in a search engine?
Isn't it
so
amazing?
It's searchable for ideas. See, these modern technologies have value. When
They do.
people say AI, and I think, oh, if I can get something that will do the research and come back and show me that saved me time. And that
A
kind
lot.
of AI stuff is a lot, and bye-bye jobs. And I heard last night from my ex that YouTube stopped payment now to AI creators, $45 billion that they're not going to be paying out
Yeah.
to AI creators. That's a big one.
Well, it's long overdue, I think. I mean, it was so easy to produce, and it's really cool. I use it for my classes that I teach for parents and children together. I will take the subject matter out of the curriculum I'm using. I can take a picture with my phone, pick the letter or take the words out of there, drop it into my AI, and it will make a little tiny video, a little 5-minute info video on the topic of the day.
What program do you use for a video?
It just, my ChatGPT makes that.
Wow, see that?
And honestly,
Above your pay grade. Your pay grade up.
It's
there.
$29 for a year.
No, not a year.
Yeah. I've had it for like 5 years. It's great.
Well, there are levels of ChatGPT.
Oh, there's some that are really well.
I got
I'm
to a point
grandfathered in on that plan, so yeah, I think it's gotten
maybe
more expensive.
grandfathered.
Yeah.
Because by example, after I was done building the websites, I took and I said, okay, AI, look at these websites, see what you think, and that's good, and that's good, and that's good. I said, okay, tell me the real truth. No, these really are good. And how do they work together? Compare that mission statement
Yes.
to Pulama Lanai. That's the environmental thing of Larry Ellison.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like hand in glove. And it says, well, don't try to be partner first, but you could be a really good source of media outlet and be able to share. And, again, it spells it out. And then I said, well, I want to be able to get ads for so how much should ads be? Well, it goes out and does some of the research to see what the market
Isn't that amazing?
is.
It's truly amazing.
And these are tools. You can't be an idiot and not use it.
Yeah,
I guess you could.
But you have to have the perimeter in your brain to go, okay, what do I need?
Yeah, parameters.
Tell it what you need, and then it will find it. The other day, I was looking at my webpage. Somebody had called me and talked to me, and they were going, yeah, I looked at your webpage, and I didn't quite see this or quite see that. And I was like, when I looked at it, I was like, it's right there. And I went back, cut and pasted all into my AI thingy, and said, this is what I want people to find, and I want it laid out nicely. 3 minutes later, I went, oh my gosh, that is brilliant. Yeah, and then I cut and pasted, put it back on my webpage, and I'm like, well, that's more friendly and more searchable. Yeah, and it's only a 5-page webpage for my swim lessons.
No, I really fully get it.
Yeah.
And so you and I here using it and say, what a great tool. And I have people say, don't use that. It's using electricity. You're buying into that. Well, it's like when you...
Don't use a calculator.
If you can't swim, well, you're not. It's more like a calculator. If you're in a test and you have to do these things and you don't use a calculator versus, that's a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a tool, know how to use it, whether you use it or not. If you don't use it and everyone else is using it, you will fall behind. My real estate notions, based on what's going on in the marketplace, it's shifting all kinds of industries.
Yeah,
you know,
it has.
So, and media and how social media has kind of replaced the old standbys that I used to advertise in, and the reach is different. It's crazy. It's crazy making. So I put it all in. I did the three things and did them separate. And then I put them in and said, see how these work together. And it said, and it came back to my original concept of how they work together.
Right.
And that it's an engine that
regurgitates it out beautifully. Yeah.
Well, to me, that's
a tool.
So wasn't that a tool? Yes.
Yeah, you didn't have to use a handsaw.
I didn't ask them to create an idea.
No, you came with, this is what I need. Show me 2 or 3 different ways I could look at that, and it'll give you 2 or 3 different options.
Right.
And if you don't like the first option, it will give you a list. Would you like it to be A, B, C, or D?
I've seen candidates do all the things they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on with the other persons they were working on. They throw it into AI, come out with a cartoon that covers all their points. And I saw one person that saw it said, AI, you can't use that. And the other person actually read it.
Oh, yeah.
And said, wow,
well, see,
this speaks.
And so the beauty of that, Jason, and me with my political background.
No, please.
I was looking at that the other day. This came up, and I was thinking to myself, okay, what if I said, and I was thinking from a candidate's point of view, somewhere it's in the back of my mind, if I live long enough, I'll do that again. Okay, here's everything I believe in. Okay, organize that. Okay, and then it says, I want to sell that to this audience or that audience or that audience, restructure that so that I'm saying the same thing.
But I slant.
But I'm moving that, and it's so seamless now. We've seen it in national candidates and even local candidates everywhere that have any sense have been using that now for probably about 15 years. And it's brilliant. I mean, they can say the same thing a million different ways or totally dodge around it. And people that have been selling us our dish soap have been using it for 60 years. So they know that a commercial that sells their dish soap on Monday Night Football is different than one that sells it to us on Days of Our Lives in the afternoon. So same product, different pitch.
Days of Our Lives.
Is that still on?
I don't know.
I don't have.
We can have call-ins. The first person to call in gets a monkey pot tree starter.
A seed.
873-3435 is our call-in line. You know, we haven't had much in call-ins, and that's good because our audience is very selective. Talk about, you know what I read this morning that I probably should have known better? In January of next year, Akaku's budget is down $400,000.
Mm-hmm.
And they already cut from 23 staff to 12 staff.
Yeah.
And now their forecast, unless they're finding solutions, are talking about maybe having to cut out the office on Molokai with Daniel O'Brien, who's done a great Daniel.
Jason, you brought up something earlier, I think, that really is going to play into what you just told me about this budget.
Yeah.
You talked about how they're demonetizing YouTube folks that are creating just stuff using AI with no real brain power behind it. And you told me about that. I hadn't heard that directly until I heard it from you. So, again, here's YouTube's market. They cut out a big chunk here. That's going to give this forum a whole larger piece of the pie because we're real people. We're not just computer imaginated creations.
But it's not happening on Facebook. I mean, they say more than 60% of what we see is AI created now.
Jason,
how many little bit of time we're going on? Things are crazy. I mean, I can't seem to get past the ads trying to teach me.
You know, I found a little button at the bottom of Facebook, you know, when you're in there, and it just has like two people standing next to each other. And if you click on that one, it's just your friends and family. And I went, wow, how long has that been there?
There's a friends and family one?
Yeah, and then you just get the people that you like know, that are your community, your friends both ways with, you know.
And the rest goes away?
Yeah.
Ads?
Pretty well, except for the ones that are getting lots of money probably to be on there. But most of them, yeah. I was surprised because, you know, and it's like on TikTok too. I see that you can just people that you're following, so you only get the people you're like paying attention to.
Well, you see, then I guess ads do fit in. Like when you talk about that, we have sidebar ads that go site-wide and banner ads that go, you pick the shows. See, it's like all this is new in the way I'm approaching this whole thing.
And it's so much easier to understand now because you've got a partner that's brilliant.
I see a whole society now, and I wondered, what are these people doing for jobs? They're doing a lot of manual labor. They're doing input and creating things, and now with AI, they're getting out of work, and so now they're going to be out of jobs. It's like, okay, you clever people.
The economy has, you know, just like we went from horse and buggy to the automobile, we went from factories, or we went from farm to factories. We're going through another 100-year, you know, evolution. Just because we don't see where it's going doesn't mean it's not getting there.
Well, you know, you and I talking about, these are baby steps, I think. It's like these things have been around a long time, and we're just seeing them now as a public. And like you say, oh yeah, well, I did it 15 years ago. So the same thing with these other things, robotics and stuff we're not hearing about too much, but
we're seeing it constantly.
Automobiles now, they've cut, the staff has been cut. I'm using that as a simple example.
Well, yeah.
Products that are being made that are being with robotics. Never mind, we sent them to another country. Now we're
bringing them back, and we're bringing them back even better. So
but we're coming back, and then we also have robots.
Yeah.
So we still aren't employing these people that are.
As soon as I have a robot, I will be thrilled. I will be thrilled. I have been my Subaru. I love my Subaru, but you know.
You wanted to fix your Subaru?
Well, what I didn't even understand the other day. So my Mustang went through the flood there in Kihei. It didn't get mudded in or anything.
That's good.
But I'm working on it. I'm working on it, trying to get it back together. Some of the electronics got messed up. I called my insurance agent. I said, I just need to put this back on park status, because it's not going to be running until I can save up to buy the parts,
Yeah.
The electronics got messed up during the flood. She goes, well, you have coverage for that. And I go, no, I've only had collision. He says, no, your car's sitting in your parking lot and gets flooded. That's flood damage. You have that coverage. And I went, wait a minute, time out. And so, yeah, I've had this. So I was shocked. It was like, really? I have coverage for that? He goes, yeah, if a tsunami came in, or another Kihei flood took both of our vehicles out or whatever, excuse me, you're covered for that. If you're driving in it, now that's another story. If it's parked, then you're covered, because it's like if somebody ran into your car in a parking lot.
So how much will they pay for?
Well, there's the discussion. I have no clue yet. I've just started this process.
Well, I'm guessing they're not going to replace your car.
No. I sent them the receipts for the rebuilt transmission.
See what they decide whether this bill is related to the water.
I can't afford to spend $7,500 to put all new electronics in it. So I'm going to nickel and dime it to put it in. But so the car's value is intrinsically, because it's a 2007 Mustang, which is they're getting way more collectible now, even though it's only like just shy of 20 years old.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, it's
things are changing.
Yeah, they're changing. I can't believe a 2007 collector.
Can you believe they used to have phones on the wall with cords and stuff?
I know.
When you see these videos that talk about the 1980s,
I know.
I was like,
did you have a brick?
Ancient?
You were a big real estate guy back then. Did you have one of them big old brick phones?
No, I had. Actually, I remember spending $2,700 for a portable Motorola that had
a bag,
battery case,
thing
on top, and I had one in my convertible where it went into a thing in the middle of the car, but it was all attached.
Pretty cool stuff.
Now it's all portable.
When I was coaching at the university, then I was coaching at Southern Oregon State, which is now the University of Southern Oregon.
Are you that old? Not that old.
Yeah, I am that old. But when I didn't have a phone in those years, but when I would be but we'd go traveling as a team, the university you'd check out a bag phone. So that when you were traveling, other universities up and down the West Coast, you always had a bag phone with you, which was almost pointless because you only got service where there was a gas station or a town nearby where there was phone booths. But it was, it was one of those things.
That is funny.
Yeah. It's like, well, I got service now, and there's a phone booth. I was like, okay.
But
somewhere in the university thought, well, we're going to spend a lot of money.
They were sending from tower to tower rather than up in space. I can't tell you how many times I look up and Ariel says, oh, it's Jupiter. Oh, it's Venus. Wait a minute. There's two dots. It's a satellite. Oh, well, really? And then you look at the map of where satellites are.
Yeah.
There is some ungodly.
Google Sky is really cool. Have you used that app?
Which one?
Google Sky.
No, I have not.
It's so cool. You lock it on. I do it at night, sitting on the beach sometimes after sunset or going up at the crater, and you click it on, and it shows you all the constellations,
and moves
stars.
With you as you move.
It's GPS located, so you are lined up perfectly. Like at the crater, when we go up, when we watch the moonrise, full moonrise, and the sunset at solstices, when they're equal, it's so cool because you can see where the sun's coming up or the moon's coming up. It's a great tool. It's like $3 a month. It's not a big deal, but it's way cool.
Oh, it's a fee service. I see.
Yeah, it didn't used to be, but now it is.
What else is new? Well, you've been in the field. I've been in the field, but you seem to have a pulse. How's Maui doing now?
And Maui is, I think we're going through a little bit of a transition. Some of the folks I talk to when I go out to some of the condos around folks that live here half the year or off half the year are concerned that the cost of their association fees, they didn't expect to go up as much as they did. And that happened after COVID, and they've been increasing because it's harder and harder to get labor here. So people are paying more and more and more for people to go to work. So that's a good thing. So we'll see.
Meanwhile, like you were saying earlier to me, there are a lot of jobs that don't get filled because they take technical know-how.
Not really technical. They just need somebody with a strong back. You can't build a house without a strong back and a hammer and the knowledge of a tape measure, which is not. Yeah, I mean, and you have to you be able to. If you want to work, there is good money to be made here. I have 3 people that I know personally that are working over in Lahaina right now, and they have begged me, says, we know, Scott, you have building skills. Why don't you come over and just work like a day a week for us? I said, my body cannot do a day on a construction site, you know. And he said, we'll pay you. And I said, dear Lord, if I could do that, I could be out of debt in a heartbeat. But I have titanium neck, and I'm 66 years old as of last week. So,
congratulations!
Yeah,
happy birthday!
Made it.
66.
Yeah. Now the good years are supposed to start.
You mean the blimps?
The blimps.
The good years.
The good years. There you go.
Remember that old thing they used to say? You should, have vacation and retirement, or not retirement, but have time to relax and do a different style while you're younger.
Yeah.
I don't know how you arrange that. That would be
I think you just need, and I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and he does very well. He's very talented and gifted, and the island is blessed to have him here. I won't use his name. And we were having a discussion. I said, you really should be retiring again. And he goes, no, I just need to make it to 70. I go, you better make sure you have plenty of life left in you when you decide that you're done doing this, because I've so many of my friends and I watch being the baby of the family, my parents, all their friends were retiring and stuff when I was still in high school. I watched them all pass away, and I was like, wow, you save up your whole life to die, Make sure you got life left in you when you're going to pull the plug. Not the last plug, but the plug before the last plug.
So as many jobs as we have here, and people that may not be qualified to fill them, and so the rates go up for those that do have those jobs, and the rate of change. I mean, I listen to, here's a free plug, Lahaina Carpet and Interiors. I hear their ads all the time on the radio, and now we're 3 years into the recovery of Lahaina, and we're in a different phase. We're watching the leaves still grow. Yeah, this change and trying to get back to an economy that's robust.
Well, the economy is booming. If you're in the service industry right now, I have 2 friends that do carpet cleaning, and they basically they say there's more business than they know what to do with. They don't even really take calls. They just repeat their same customers now. They can't even take new customers.
So I guess, like you say, service industry or things.
If you have a niche, yeah, and that's Maui's always been that way.
Like I spoke to a gal last week who is trying to help someone up in Kula, an after the fire victim, a lady with a farm. A leased farm that isn't going to get a renewed lease. Her place is like hell, and I can say hell. And but this woman is talking about things from an ideal perspective. She's 52 years old, and she still hasn't seen what I, as an old man, has seen. It takes a lot to get a social change going on to be able to affect things. Because, like you say, these jobs that are there and available, if you don't have anyone to fill them, the economy still slows down. For some, it's really great.
For some, it's really good.
Many people
and
don't have the skills.
if you're on that really blessed end of the island where you can build your own home or do remodeling or have those things done, it's a couple-year wait, if not longer.
So that slows down. Like when you say the economy's doing well.
Yeah.
A very small group of service industries serving a rebuilding.
Well, no, those are huge industries, but yeah, they picked up
tourism.
The slack.
They say, "Oh yes, we're going great." And your rates are up to the sky. What are we comparing? How do mom and pop do? Well, mom and pop, are there as many mom and pops?
The
No?
folks I know that are waiting tables that are like not much younger than I am are saying their tips are finally back to pre-COVID.
Meaning that there's enough.
There's recovery. Yeah,
So I'm trying to say that if we want to get everyone functioning again,
well, each person's got to take care of their stuff. Is what they got to do. They got to get inventive. They got to get creative, and they got to find something that they can make it work with.
And I don't know what is going on here.
Yeah.
Some
people don't want to work.
Well, you think that there's any kind of way to tie housing and work together in a plan? You've got to boost the economy.
We finally have a Secretary of Treasury who has two sticks that rub together and make fire. We finally understand.
Who's that secretary?
Scott Bushnell.
What do you think about him?
He's brilliant. So the mistake, and actually I've been. He made it really clear before he even went in. So for the last probably 35, 40 years, as a country, we made this mistake. I made this mistake that we confused the idea of what you could buy when you went to the store with economic prosperity. Economic prosperity comes from what you make and what you earn, and that's how the country survived up until like the late 70s, early 80s, when we started outsourcing everything. And everybody, they got a new plasma TV. Oh, we can get a plasma TV. We can go to Walmart and get that. So we confuse the idea of being successful and doing well with the things we bought. Instead, we finally now are seeing people who are in that facet of the Treasury who understand that we gave up our automakers, we gave up our steel mills. Basically, it's farm to table. If you take the concept of farm to table, which I think is the best concept there is, farm to table, and you and I have spoken of this over the years, as a country, we need to be able to be farm to table. We need to produce enough steel to make our products. We need to produce enough whatever it is, we need to be able to serve at our own table.
Why are we giving it all away?
That's the question that we've all been asking. We have people in positions that can negotiate those things. Why are we giving it all away? Yeah, well, if you think about the farm-to-table model, which I think is a brilliant one, and if you take that farm-to-table and go, if I need to go to work, what's my farm-to-table model? Well, anything that you do here on Maui, you got to probably drive. Okay, so we need gas. Okay, that's good.
That has been a real.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? What confuses me? This confuses me big time. We have more oil coming out of the Middle East right now than ever in history. Ever in history. Because OPEC is gone. All the other OPEC countries are now going, we're going to produce and we're going to refine, we're doing everything we can. So
one would think.
Yeah, and actually that's really going well. And now all of a sudden the center of world energy power went from the British-controlled Central to the Americas. The Americas. We're making the Americas great again. Not America. We're making the Americas great again, so to speak. And so now Venezuelan oil is now steamrolling to the Philippines. It's going to Japan. Millions of barrels a day are heading that direction out of Venezuela. That's going pretty well. You don't read that in the media. You have to actually look at the oil market reports to see that.
I know that you can't take from here to go there unless someone else is suddenly not being served, right?
There is we produce enough. The United States, let's kind of call us the Americas, but the United States produces enough petroleum. But in every other state, it seems like as oil prices go down, some states raise their taxes on the oil, and some states don't change it. We happen to be one of those states that just incrementally just keeps ticking up that tax, because the prices are high, and then when the prices go down, they don't take the tax off. So then, that is a very
I'm right
complex.
now paying less than when this war began.
I am paying exactly what I paid in 2011 when I was driving 300 miles a week to work. I am paying $5.49. That's exactly what I paid.
Where do you go to get gas? I pay $4.69.
I buy premium. Oh, you know what? I think it went down. I only buy gas once a month. I'm going to get gas in 3 weeks.
But I find it interesting because
back
prices, they always are 30 to 40 cents less than the other guys. Because that's their model.
Yeah.
It's their model.
Yeah, and I'm at Maui Petroleum. And honestly, Jason, since my Mustang's not running. My Subaru blew a tire, and that's a whole nother debacle. So, yeah, I'm not driving a lot.
So what do you think is going on here? You think we're going to see a lot of heat going on in this election cycle?
None. Zero.
I think you're missing a couple of pages that I know about myself.
Okay, you got it.
Here's one. Thursday, June 4th, Tom Cook is being sued.
Oh, our local election. Oh, that's be fire and brimstone.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm sorry.
Fire and brimstone. Oh, you don't think?
No, I was on. Somebody else asked me to consult on their race. It's a different race. Never mind.
State race?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
A national race.
That's a different animal. I don't think things are going to change very much.
I don't know.
I don't really have faith.
I don't want to waste my precious years I have left spending too much energy on it.
Right.
I want to make sure I take care of the island first.
And take care of, right.
Yeah.
And especially when we can do it like we're talking about.
Yeah, well, there's only 100,000 people really live here. That's a pretty small community.
No, well, I really have a feeling I've always been that one watching my own solutions put together. Imagine that we have all these billionaires that live here. They own lots of different things. Some own a lot.
But that's their money. That's not my money.
No, but it's their money. But
it's not even money. It's just magical numbers on a spreadsheet somewhere.
Well,
it's not cash in the bank.
What a place to show as an example where that's been my trip. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I guess Bumfuck Egypt is a place, so I can say that.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is there really a place?
Yes.
Jason, I've learned something today. I feel smarter because of it.
No,
Thank you.
But we're out in the middle of nowhere, and if we could be self-sustaining and more so, which I know we can do.
Yeah. Farm to table. That's what we got to do.
That's exactly right.
Right, yeah.
The concept of sustainability, farm to table.
Yeah, we gave that up when we let the sugarcane go, but we're going to make it back.
Well, it's really interesting when you drive through and the signs are up for all the different things they are growing.
Isn't that sad, though, that those take more chemicals than the sugarcane did?
That is upsetting, especially when you think that there are so many alternatives to the chemicals that we already know about.
Right. But then,
for example, we can, depends what's in the water. We can put hydrogen in the water and help growth. And we can reduce the the need for pesticides because what the hydrogen would do to be able to. There are so many solutions.
Funny you brought that up. Funny. So, I own one plant. Okay. Speaking of hydrogen, take a little hydrogen peroxide. You put it in your plant water, just 2 or 3 teaspoons.
Peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide. You water your plant with that, and you'll have no bug problems. Why didn't I know this? I ran the family farm for a while. I should have known that, but peroxides are still
in a very small dilution.
Smart, yeah. And
it's a homeopathic.
It's a homeopathic, especially for the stuff that gets in our plants or potted plants that we have here. So yeah, that's really pretty cool.
Right place. Let's go back to the proverbial question. So, what do you think of this year? I think there's going to be a lot of. I'm going to have a few guests on that should. I had a gal on that I should be nice. P. Denise Lacosta is running for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
She's a realtor, and she's got strong opinions and is putting them out there. And you know that Yuki Lei is running. And
yeah.
I've invited her, and I invited the mayor.
Nice.
I have mayor coming 2 weeks from now. The mayor's going to be on.
Nice. He's a good guy.
Well, and he's running against others. So the conversation here in the zone.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking you. Because
I think, and this is just the word off the street. And this is my impression of this.
Yeah.
Because I don't have. When they started bringing up this short-term rental. Measure 9, whatever we had here.
Bill number 9.
Bill number 9. Okay. Now, honestly, I can't afford $1.5 million condominium that they were taking out of service. But from what my friends that have little tiny service businesses, either doing carpets or doing electrical repair or anything like that, they were saying that basically that's just basically taking their business away because
they're short-term rental cleaning.
They're doing all that, correct.
Stuff, right.
And he said those people that come to those short-term rentals, those are some really nice rentals, and those people come and spend more money than your average Joe that comes to stay on the island. And I don't have facts to back this up. This is word on the street kind of thing. And they're saying that they're taking all this money away from all the workers here because they're taking away people that are coming. And the whole concept of that the average Joe can afford a $1.5 million condo with a $2,500 a month HOA to take care of things on top of their...
Right. I mean, there's now... been another bill proposed
to rezone.
So I don't know if you saw.
You put lipstick on a pig. I think I don't know.
It's like, how do we repair the damage we've now put in place?
You've already done the damage has been done.
It's like when they give you more medication instead of less medication.
Exactly.
You know, that kind of thing. We know that didn't work, but once you start it, you got to stay at it for the rest of your life.
Right.
Now, at least we know that didn't work. It's not good, but you need to keep on it. But we're going to give you a new thing.
Exactly.
They got me up to 6 or 7. Then you want to go on to homeopathic. It's like, wow. Now I'm taking microdose. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel. I don't know. Okay. If I drop dead, you take over full-time responsibility?
Yeah, I can't take as much acid as you do to try to get in that mind space, Jason, to make this work.
He loves you. That's why he talks in such terms. We are on KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui, simulcast on Maui Akaku, Maui Community TV Channel 55, and up at MauiNeutralZone.com. All those other things you see on the screen, the Dream Maui, that's us. And you know that Maui Coast Property, that's us. And you know that MauiNeutralZone.com, that's us. What is all that? And then you see Aloha Swim Lessons, that's us. That's Scott.
AlohaSwimLessons.com, that's me.
Yeah. So
I've been teaching 50 years. How did that happen?
The question is, how'd you get 50 years under your belt? That's incredible.
Well, I started volunteering for my swim coach when I was 16.
Wow, that's incredible. 50 years.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're doing what you care to do.
I do what I love. I don't do it much anymore. Since COVID, it's been, not very often. But when I do, I just have a time of my life. It's really kind of neat. I could never teach like I used to back in my younger days.
How come they never called me at the jail with all these jobs that you say are floating around?
Do you realize it took 6 months for me to get through the paperwork?
Well, you remember that they never even gave me a whistle back.
That's from Honolulu.
Well, I don't know. I just know
when I got hired, I turned it all into Honolulu. I got interviewed from Honolulu. I got interviewed locally. The paperwork all went back to Honolulu. Went to my university.
That took 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
But now they have
I have
jobs.
no idea.
I don't either.
Well, no, the jobs that
they say maybe I have to be the squeaky wheel if I wanted it.
Call Honolulu. Call Honolulu HR.
But,
we don't even have HR here on island. It's in Honolulu. We're a state agency-ish. Yeah.
Are you seeing attitude changes there? Or is it the same? Do you see much change?
Everybody's really pretty happy. It seems like funds are starting to relax. Things are getting more, we're getting...
In the jail?
Oh, excuse me. I don't know the internals of the jail. I'm talking about parents and children. Yeah.
Oh, who's happy?
Huh?
You were just saying about happy.
Well, I'm just seeing the overwhelming that people who really are in need that we know are getting more services now. I think we're seeing the caseload drop. People are kind of wandering off the island that maybe weren't planning to be here, so caseloads are going down.
That's interesting to hear. I don't see too much change in the things that I see.
Well, people who have caseloads, it's the only thing I hear.
Well, that's a very telling thing because I thought caseloads were over the top, maybe different departments.
Yeah.
Food stamp department.
I don't know anything there. Yeah.
And they give food and money, I think, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
How's everything going at your end, though? How's Andrew doing? Good?
Good. Yeah, we're just kind of muddling about, so.
But you really do have a much closer touch with what's going on with
well, Jason, each one of us touches different realities.
Yeah.
I'm not as in touch as I once was. I definitely know that. I'm not out as much as I used to be. I haven't even walked much in the last 2 months, which has really been disheartening. I did this exercise thing where I was on a balance thing, messed my ankle up a little bit, and I was like, I got to get back on the road. So,
I haven't been doing those kind of long walks.
Yeah, I miss those. I was in the water this morning before I got here. So that was good. I was in the water for an hour and a half. Just pool.
Over at Kukua?
No, in my pool.
In your pool?
Yeah. My complex pool. I don't have a pool, but I have a complex pool where I live.
We had a pool for a football game.
Yeah.
Well, there's no football now.
Speaking of that, I love sports. I love watching basketball. I love hockey. I love watching sports. I cannot wait for the day that I do not have to watch pharmaceutical commercials every time I watch professional sports.
They really have it covered, don't they?
Don't they? You're going to feel like running through daisies with your grandchildren if you just take this drug or that drug. You're going to poop so good if you take our drug.
I think it's become like the comic relief to read the small print
on the
drug ad.
And you're bleeding out of your eyes. And,
Don't take it if you bleed out of your eyes.
Be sure to call a doctor if it's going to last more than 6 weeks.
That's
okay,
right.
Yeah.
What am I doing here? So that is really true. It's hard to get off Western medicine.
It is horrible to get off.
Kaiser at the hospital, this is a good story for anyone out there who is interested in pursuing it. I hope I am not opening up a can of worms, but... A homeopath had someone that's been their client for 15 years, only takes homeopathic drugs,
That would be my goal in life.
What? So, and then she's in the hospital and calls because the hospital took all of her homeopathics and are now only giving Western stuff. So the homeopath went down there, saw what was going on.
They have their
talked to the doctor, wrote out what they were for and why.
Yeah,
got it approved. And that's a big thing. That
that's
homeopathics
That's huge.
in the Kaiser system at Maui Memorial. So
well, that's wonderful.
It's worth a try. That's why I thought it was worth bringing up.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice
Jason,
to hear.
that's the nicest thing I've heard you say today. That was wonderful.
Oh,
Besides that, somewhere in Egypt, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's last. See, if I just say bumfuck, it doesn't sound quite.
No.
But when you say bumfuck Egypt,
It's a pronoun, or it's a
But it's a real place. But I think now a lot of these things are being used in place of standard.
That has to. We're the only country that seems to be getting sicker and spending more.
We drifted away from some. Yeah, we are. The AI thing, with all the tools and things that we use, and yet they're concerned that it's going to run away and change.
Well, because we grew up watching the Terminator. We're
now. What are we going to do with all these people that we already know? When people get retired, their tendency is to die, or not know what they're doing with themselves, and fight more. I mean, all the things that. So, what is this going to do to our society? How do we regulate something that's such a great tool?
We just need to quit. Get that whole idea of regulating things out. Let the economy take care of itself.
Yeah, but I have a Nobel. I have it on my phone actually. If I played it, it might take too much. No, let's see. It's only 29.
I mean, everybody's got an opinion on a new technology.
Like 10 minutes left.
There's people that don't even want to use a computer still.
The head of the Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry and Physics.
Yeah, which guy
gave the award to AI. This was a couple of years ago already.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
because they say it has the potential to be good if used for the good of mankind. But
all things do.
If things are done for the profit motive, historically and
things don't get done if nobody's getting paid.
Well, then, but it has the potential.
Do you do things without getting paid?
To kill us. I mean, to truly not honor what we've got. And
what do you do?
It's a real interesting time. This is going to be.
No, you played that for me a couple of years ago when I was in.
I just keep finding it. No,
I know. No, you did it that one day, and I was like, oh, I remember that. Yeah. Search that one. I remember you played that.
I have it in here still.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It was very powerful.
Yeah.
Because I really am concerned. I'm concerned now because I find it as a tool that if I don't use it, I know that it's not giving me.
Well, people are using it to change elections. They're using it to sell us soap. They're using it to make sure that weird pill that you didn't know you needed until you watched television.
When you say change elections, I think is it my place to say, okay, Scott's getting political here?
No, it's commercial.
It's more than just that.
A politician. A politician is a product that needs to be marketed.
That's true.
Like all things, I remember when I took my first hit.
All you people on radio maybe don't know that was just a tongue-in-cheek comment. It took me a moment because I'm slow. No one's smoking.
We're not Joe Rogan. We're not the Joe Rogan show here. We don't have highballs in front of us or whatever they do on that show.
Someone said that to me again yesterday. Again, they keep saying the same things to me. You should do a podcast. And then someone said, you are a podcast.
Yeah.
But how do you get in? You got to get in the right directories and be promoted correctly, right? No matter where you are, you got to be promoted.
Yeah. I've seen a couple people here on Island back when I used to do a lot more promotional videos and stuff like that. It weren't really promotional. It was just, pictures of the island, stuff like that. I've watched a couple people go from a couple hundred followers to 500,000 people that just dial in and watch them walk around Maui.
Still.
They're growing. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Any controversy or no controversy?
Zero controversy. just, we're going to go walk through here today. We just went down and walked where we could walk in Lahaina and went and saw the local businesses, talked about their special, what do they make that you just got to have if you're going to show up. It's called Maui Walking Tours.
Right.
Really nice. Yeah.
And you don't have to come here. Well, you can come here, but when you go to Lahaina, you'll go,
I have got to tell you what my daughter has done. My daughter, Janelle Valentine, you've got to know this. She lives in Comado, New Mexico. We're talking a county, Catherine County, the size of the island of Maui that has 900 people. She went out, got grants, got everything to set up an office where people could go and do their telehealth medication, because most people out in nowhere, New Mexico, and we're talking nowhere, can come in, have a little room, have a TV in front, see their doctor who is maybe in Albuquerque or Phoenix and not drive 400 miles. And she got the grant. She got it set up. She's got a web page. She has done absolutely the unthinkable with no money. And she got grants, she got help. They've got an office now. They've actually got a budget. They're going to try to hire somebody that's going to come in maybe 3 days a week, so that when these people out in nowhere, New Mexico,
that's good,
can actually go to a little room like this, sit down with their doctor on a TV screen, because a lot of people that might have they don't even know what AI is. It's 2 alphabet letters, or know how to use a computer, can go in and there'll be somebody there that'll set up the computer so they can have this conversation.
I really honestly thought that we already had these kind of stations all over. But 900 people in an area the size of Maui.
Yeah.
And hours from
any kind of going to the doctor.
Kind of regular services.
Right.
May not have. And people that don't have a computer.
And most of those, they don't even have it. Most places out there, unless they have the new
cell phone is.
They have cell phone, but they don't have the ability even know how to do that, because they're ranches. They're ranchers. They're folks that have made their living off the land their whole life, out running lion, running cattle, doing all that. That's not part of that. So it's an interpretive center for folks. And Janelle set this up with the help of AI to create the website and do all that. Really good. And she was able to do a research, and get the grants correctly aligned.
Helping a lot of people.
My God, my daughter's amazing. My kids are all amazing, but she just forever has just put it through the roof on that one. So yeah, I'll get her in here one of these days when we can get along better.
We only have 4 minutes left.
Oh, I know. We didn't talk about anything, did we?
Well, what subjects were on your mind that we haven't spoken about?
Lunch.
You don't. How about lunch? I can't get this guy to be.
Jason. One of these.
I mean, locally. I mean, you're on Kalani Hakoi and Kihei Road.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you've seen it's been cleaned up pretty much.
Yeah, the dust out there is so bad.
Still.
We have to brush the patio every day, if not twice a day, when the wind's blowing.
Stuff from the flood and the post-flood.
Yeah, the ground is just this powder. It's almost like volcanic ash. Remember the red dirt they used to get up by Doc Fleming's place, up on the pineapple groves? It would just be so fine. Yeah, we're getting that kind of dust, which I don't know where it's coming from. But obviously, we're at the far end of the valley, and everything starts over in Pukalani or over in Paia and just blows all the way to Kihei.
I get that stuff in Kahului, but I was wondering if it changed after.
It rips through the valley and then makes it swirls around. It just blasts south.
The whole area.
North Kihei.
It looks like the surface is cleaned.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. They did a brilliant job. Brilliant job. I'm so impressed. I'm shocked that they knocked it out so fast.
Really?
And
Quick.
they're still at it every day. They are working on those gulches big time. And we really need to do is go uphill, put in check dams. We need to have like Mocha Pishu coming down from the crater with these beautiful open growing areas to catch that soil that's blowing around and plant
you
in
and
it.
I know that. We'd think they would.
You'd think after 12,000 years, they'd have that
You'd think
figured out
so,
here.
right?
Yeah.
So why isn't it happening?
Don't know.
Think a new mayor can do that?
No.
Think a present mayor can do that?
No.
So
That's a legislative thing, I believe.
really,
Yeah.
it's a state kind of deal.
That's a state thing because we're talking about state lands. And I have been in that room where they were just when I was going to those water meetings over whether we could get water for the farm or not, and the state wanted one way, said this, county said this. I wish we could all just get along, Jason.
It would be nice. So now, if the ownership changes to the county of the West Maui Water,
Yeah, West Maui Water, that's pretty much down the road, so yeah.
well, but it really hit the news big time already.
It did.
We have a minute and a half. Just telling you because
Well, it's good to see you again. I haven't seen you. You're such a rock star. I see all these videos you singing all over the place,
Oh,
and
that was fun.
yeah, you sounded great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was way
doing it.
cool.
Well, with only a minute left, it would be hard for me not to mention that we need you to follow and share. When you go up on the web, it seems like a little thing, but it's a really big thing.
It's a huge thing.
To follow and share, to be able to get us positioned to get this thing shown and shared. Well, we have 40 seconds, Scott. Scott R Bushnell, my
AlohaSwimLessons.com.
Aloha Swim Lessons.
Everything from teaching how to have a baby in the water to being 99 in the water.
That's only some of you that want to have babies in the water. I'm not having a baby in the water. But
well, that's good that you know that at your age.
thank you. Next week we have Professor Alan Tratner, and the next week we got the mayor, and the week after that we got some good shows coming up. So stay around and come back and visit us.
Hit play.
There it is. Holy mackerel. Aloha, everyone. We'll see you again next week.